Hi, Ella. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. I'm Sebastian from RedGol in Chile, and I have 5 minutes, so I'll
Let's
go
go
right
for it.
away with the questions. Well, Ella, I see here in the show there is a balance between emotion and action that wasn't on the previous movies of Resident Evil. That's a thing, but what do you think that makes the show unique in front of the other production of the franchise?
I mean, you sort of hit the nail on the head there about the action and the emotion, and then sort of being in harmony on this iteration of Resident Evil. I would also like probably add that there is an incredible feeling of the video games. I'm not sure if you played them, but that point of view, shock horror, jump scare, sort of blood and gore that Resident Evil fans know and love, that we really try to inject into this series. That felt very close to home. It felt like it could happen any day, which sort of the movies were living in their own universe or almost. So with the series, we definitely brought it to the present and the future in my timeline.
Well, and what are the challenges of telling a story in two different timelines
Hmm.
for you as an actor?
Yeah, I mean, I had to work very closely with Tamara Smart, who plays younger Jade.
Hmm.
She does an amazing job, and that was an example of when two actors really had a very clear vision for what they wanted for the character. But at the same time, it was pretty tricky, sort of walking past their very clean set and seeing everything looking very pristine and neat, while she was fully covered in absolute blood and dirt. So.
And I wanted to ask you also, how risky is to create something almost completely new, inspired by a well-known franchise?
Hmm. I think there is no art without risk, and I think that's one thing that's definitely we're doing on this show too, because all these characters are at risk all the time. I'm a fan of the franchise, so I felt like I knew exactly what the fans would want, and especially in terms of the writing too, and the storyline and the character arcs. New fans who might not be familiar with Umbrella and the different monsters, to make sure that they were equally as excited as I was when I was a 10-year-old playing the games.
Nice. I understand that you have some training with weapons. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
How much of that went to onto the series?
I mean, aside from the odd pick-me-up weapon that she finds here and there, a lot of it was actually just her with using her bare hands and her wits. Um, I've done a lot of action before, and the thing that was tricky on this production was actually almost unlearning the stuff that I had, because I'm so used to choreography and bang, bang, bang. This is how you do it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. On this, it seemed like every take was slightly different. No matter what you try and do, when you've got someone hurtling a supporting artist in full prosthetics, hair, makeup, gore, contact lenses, barely see, it's middle of the night, and they're throwing themselves at you, you've sort of got to just take each scenario as it comes. And what was great was that danger that from actually me on set, working with these stunt performers that really outdid themselves, I think really succinctly translates into the series. So when the fans are watching it, they're actually scared and there's actual danger.
My last question. This is a show that have emotion, action, but also some blood and guts all over your body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How prepared were you to get dirty on the show? And do you have any favorite messy or disgusting moment?
A funny anecdote that I have is, when you're shooting something like this, you obviously want to try and get as much rest as possible. So I spent quite a lot of my time quite exhausted. Obviously, I'm running for my life for the majority of the day. So it was a very careful decision. It was either, when we wrapped at the end of the day, spend an hour, go to bed clean, take everything off, or get an extra hour's sleep and go to bed with all the dirt and gore in my head. There was many a time where I went to bed very dirty.
Ella, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.